know that meme? Oh gosh, it's old now, but like with the guys just like eating like with a bowl. He's like, I'm just eating this. You know what I'm saying? Like I at this point in my journey with 75 hard, and you'll get there, okay? Where I know it's going to be. Me and Jimmy live in the same state. I know it's gonna be pouring down rain in the morning, and I'm just like, feed it to me, give it to me. I want the hard thing. So today had a complete meltdown this morning. Complete meltdown. Okay? It's not like I want to go outside and do these things, but I had a complete meltdown. And when I was on my walk, because I'm having to slow down, I love to run. I'm having to slow down because of my back. So I was on my walk. I could have chose the easy path and just walked the straight by my house. Just walked up and down for 45 minutes by my house, a straight road. And I decided, oh no, mom is going. I don't know why I call myself mom, but I did. I was going to the big hill. There's a giant hill at the back of our subdivision. It's huge. It's like almost straight uphill, and it was 10 o'clock, so it's direct sun. It's hot.
You were talking to me on the phone the other day, going up that hill, and I was like, "Are you all right?" She said, "Hill."
It's so bad, and I was like, you know what? I am going to walk this hill. And I did. And there's another hill on the opposite side. It's not quite as steep. And I did that one too. I searched out the harder things. I searched it out. You know, my new saying is when it's hard, go harder. It doesn't just have to be physically. It can be mentally as well. But it was a mental thing, not a physical thing to go up that hill today. I knew that I physically had to not run because of my back. I can't aggravate that anymore. But I could walk, and I could definitely walk at an incline. I could have used every reason to not, but I did it anyway, and that gives more. I took the risk of going up that hill, and getting at the top of that hill and looking down feels so damn good. I cannot explain it to people other than people who have been there. So doing a challenge like you're doing, or doing the 75 hard program, it's when you get to the top of that mountain, you took that risk and you're scared to death, and you're just like, wait a minute, I did it. I did the thing. And it just feels, oh my gosh, y'all, the world has stopped. My dad has just got on the podcast. My dad is listening. Hi, Dad. And I actually wanted to talk about him. My stepmom was on a while ago. But my dad recently took a huge risk. He started his own business that all of us in the family have been saying for years, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. You need to do this. And you know what? I bet if we had him on, he would tell you it's probably one of the hardest things he has ever done in his life, because he's having to risk over and over. He's having to risk everything that he's worked so hard for, taking a chance and a risk on himself.
Well, Brittany, let's him up if he wants to come on.
Oh gosh.
All right, Mike, open mouth, insert foot. I'm going to pull you up, brother. We'll have to tell that story live here on the One Step Deeper podcast.
Oh gosh, that could be something. I don't think he's ever done Instagram Live before.
Mike, come on, brother. Come on, you can cuss.
He says he can't cuss.
Can I cuss? That already. Oh, there he is. We got
you. Look around.
See your. Hey, Mike, you're on the air.
Flip it around. Hey. Let's see you.
Mike, you're on the air
now.
There we go.
Boy, ain't I handsome.
Woo!
Very humble dad is. So.
Yes. It looks like you're at work now, Dad.
I'm actually eating lunch. We're having Ming Ming.
Taking a break. Good for you.
Yeah.
So tell us about the risk. Like, what made you decide to take the risk?
Don't do it. Don't do it. No. No, it's been can I say it? Hell.
Yeah.
But still glad I've done it. Still glad I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, do you have like I've seen some of the projects that you've done. Like, you gotta have some sense of pride, knowing like, hey man, I did that. I've put in the work for that.
No. I still feel like I can do better.
Can do better.
You have that same problem, Brittany.
From.
Oh yeah, she gets it the other day.
Yeah.
We've always had this issue, and about a year ago, I kind of realized finally what it is. She's just like me.
We are that out. Oh, and you got the same laugh as him too, Brittany. See, I like that we have your dad.
See, why don't you go bald headed, Brittany, and then you can match me and him, and we'll see how much you look like your dad.
Bald is beautiful. No, let's don't do that to your daughter.
It's about the best I can do. It's about the best I can do. But yeah, like, I know, Dad, like, you push yourself a lot when it comes to the business. I've seen you do that, and I know, like, you're joking around, but I've also had those conversations with you that you had to see. At the end of the day, even if it doesn't work out how you want it to work out, you have to see if you can make this work for yourself.
Honestly, yeah, but I had about killed myself. Luckily, my wife and one of my lifelong best friends said, "You need a break," and they made me take a break, and it's been the best thing for me because now I get out of here on time. I'm not going back to that working 24/7. It was killing me.
Yes, and I think that too, though, is a risk when you think about it. Like having to rest in your brain. It's the same as me. We work the same way, guys. You know, me and my dad, we work the same way where we take this risk. We want to push more. We want better. Keep going. And it's a risk for us in our brains to take a break and to calm down because we think if we take a risk, oh my gosh, nothing's going to work out. Nothing's going to, you know, I'm the one. I have to take on all of this stuff. And so it's a risk, too, to take a break. I don't think we're going to get him back.
It was a risk bringing on your dad, but it was a risk worth taking.
Yes.
It was so funny. I've never seen your dad before. You have the same mouth structure. You have the same kind of personality. There are a lot of things that I was like, I see Brittany and your dad. So thanks for coming on, Mike. Appreciate that. Yeah. Big risk. We got it in.
It was cool to have him on for a second, but yeah, well, I would love to do a whole episode with him and talk to him one day, but
I'm just going to say we'll probably demonetize that whole episode. So.
Me and my dad together could be quite a mess, but hey, that was cool to have him on for just a second, even though not great Wi-Fi.
Yes. But yeah, this topic applies in so many ways. I mean, I even think back when I first started going full-time with what I do, the Live in La Vida Low Carb concept, that was a huge risk. Like I was in a 9-to-5 job, technically 8-to-5 job, and it was customer service and it was very menial and it was not great. And I just remember thinking, there's so much more. And I wish I could have that more.
Yeah.
But you can't wish for more and then not take a risk. Like the risk is saying, okay, I'm going to throw the dice and I could get more. I could stay the same or I could lose it all. That's the risk. And right now you're kind of doing that risk of, hey, I'm doing this podcast with my best friend. Let's see how it goes. It's going well so far. You're going to write a book with me, and we're going to throw that out there. It'll be my 10th book, your first book, first mindset book that I've done. That's a risk. I don't know how it's going to be received. My followers and the people that follow my work, will the people that bought my other books, will they buy a mindset book after writing nutrition books? I don't know. Yeah. But the alternative of taking that risk and seeing what happens is the bigger risk, because I'll be like, I wonder what would have happened if, and you take away the what if, you kind of like throw it out there and see what happens.
Yeah, David Goggins talks about this. I don't want to get to the end of my life and go, what if I had done this? What if I had done X, Y, Z? I don't want to do that. If I think of it for 1 second that I want to do it, I want to go after that thing. And I think about writing this book. When I first started, I was scared shitless, guys. I was so scared. I'd never done anything like this before. I was a good student, but like English wasn't my thing. I was a math person. Like, let me write a book about math. Like, I can do that. But like, I was so afraid, and I knew it was a giant risk going into, quite honestly, like I met Jimmy as I was fangirling because I loved Jimmy's books, and that's how him and I, excuse me, became friends because of his writings. And so I was like, oh gosh, so now I'm doing a book with like this person that I've idolized in the writing and author community, you know. I was like freaking out a little bit, and then I was like, you know what? I have to do this just so I can see, even if nobody reads it, even if it's a total bust, which I don't believe it will be, even if it's a total bust, I have to take the risk to know, okay, cool, yes, I'm good at this, or, ooh, that didn't work out, let's find something else. I have to do that in all areas of my life, and I know my dad's still on, and he trips me up because he makes fun of me all the time because I've tried this and this and this and this. I do that because if I think about it, I have to try it to see if I'm good at it.
You've got to see what sticks, Dad. Don't you know this means... All right, what stuck? What worked? I'll tell you this, Mike. Brittany's a great podcaster.
Mm-hmm.
And she became a great podcaster because I had to harangue the hell out of her to become a podcaster. Yeah. And once she got the taste of it, then she got good at it. And same with the book writing process. I know the book's not out yet, but guys, behind the scenes, I'm looking at all the things that she's writing. You're incredible. You're a much better writer than I was at the stage of my very first book. My very first book, I was like, please don't piss your pants doing this. Like, it was bad. But now, 10 books in, I'm ready to like, okay, this is like automatic for me now. And I think by book 2, you're going to be probably automatic by the time you get to your set. After you hold your first book baby in your hand, which, by the way, guys, One Step Deeper journal is what we're calling that. And you're going to hold that book baby and you're going to be like cradling it. You're going to go to bed with it while I'm going to be like, get that book out of here. Amy says that you inspire her.
Amy, I love you. Oh gosh, I wanted to take it back to this quote that I had written down that I was just like, absolutely. A lot of people ask me about my story and all the shit I've been through in my life over and over and over again. They're like, how the hell are you still standing? And I have to think of it this way, and it goes with risk too, and I never really realized that at every point I get to this point where I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm done with this and what my life looks like here. It's time to take that risk and go this way, like whatever it takes, I have to go this way. It says, don't think about how hard your journey is. Think about how great your story will be. Y'all, my dad.
Your dad is trolling you a bit. Oh, of course she's a good podcaster. She takes after me. She's more refined than you, my brother. So.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I have had this hard journey, but I can't think about how hard it's been. All I can think about is I have an incredible story. I know at the end of 75 hard, day 45 has been, no, day 44, yesterday, the hardest day I've had so far. I really thought I was done. I wasn't going to do this anymore. Like,
you haven't told the new challenge. Your refrigerator and freezer went out, and so you have an ability to have a refrigerator. You're living out of a cooler right now.
I am living out of a cooler, and thank goodness we have a deep freezer, so we put all the freezer stuff in there, and thank goodness we got these 2 dinky little drink refrigerators that all of our food is in because our refrigerator is out until at least Friday. And so that was happening yesterday. 6 days of back pain yesterday. It just, everything was just coming in. But I looked at it as, it is a horrible, terrible mistake if I do not keep going. Like, if I stop because of all of this hard journey stuff, if I don't take a risk and I don't keep going, it will be the worst thing I've ever done.
All right, I'm going to tell a little bit. So an hour before the podcast, don't lose her drink. I was like, all right, let her finish drinking before I tell her.
Okay, I'm good. Oh, good.
An hour before the podcast, I was on the phone with this little lady, and she was belly aching. And, of course, she's always like, show me some tough love when I'm like, that's not my natural inclination. I'm a coddler. That's just my nature. But I'm like, all right, bitch, stop your. I was like pulling out all the stops. And you're like, keep telling to me straight. Don't stop. And it was interesting because, yeah, see, this is another thing about risk. Taking a risk doesn't mean, okay, now you took it, now everything should be peachy keen. No, risk will challenge you of, should I have taken no risk or should I have taken the risk? You're going to have that dichotomy. And that's where you were an hour before started the show, you were like, should I have done this? Is this too much? Am I biting off more than you? And you have all the questions. So that's very natural and normal, by